Hello and welcome to Talking Film. This is episode 33. We've made 33 of these, Nick, for the past.
Wow, we're starting with episode numbers today. That's awesome. We're a real
Yes,
show now.
we're celebrating the 33rd episode. When people usually do it like the 10th or 20th or 50th or 100th, but we're doing 33rd. But yeah, it's been I think a year and a half now since we've done these, so I can't believe we're still doing them. But yeah. But my name's Daniel. We've got Nick on the other side. He's in Paris, France.
No, you can't tell though. might as well be in Raymond Terrace.
And with all the laughter aside, I think we should address that a couple of days ago we lost Anton Yelchin, I think that's how you pronounce his name, who passed away at a very young age at 27. I haven't seen any of his other films except for the Star Trek movies, but it's very sad nonetheless. And he was a great supporting role for the Star Trek film.
Yeah,
so
a good job.
yeah, so it's going to be hard to see the next movie next month with that.
Yeah,
but so sad and yeah. Okay, I think we shall move on to Finding Dory, Pixar's latest movie.
That's pretty much going to be the whole news today, isn't it? It's just going to be about Finding Dory.
Actually, I found heaps of news this past 2 weeks. We got a lot to talk about. So, yeah. So, what are your thoughts, Nick? Is Finding Dory a worthy sequel, or is it as bad as Cars 2?
Well, it's not as bad as Cars 2. It's pretty hard, but bad as Cars 2. So, like, when I started watching the movie, I'd already heard that it had a good reaction or whatever. But as I watched the movie, my opinion changed dramatically. Like, it was amazing how much my opinion changed with the movie. So at the beginning, I was kind of like, oh, what is this? Why are they, doing what they're doing? And then about halfway through, I'm like, okay, I kind of like these new characters. Yeah, I see what they're trying to do. And then by the end of it, I thought that was quite a fun ending. It was quite a really, a bit of a caper. So I was quite enthralled, and the action at the end was really quite good. Really, the tension was well built. The drama, the messages, and even there was one surprise towards the end that I'm not going to spoil, that I didn't expect. Like I was thinking that I was thinking it was very predictable up until that point, and then I was like, oh wow, okay, so yeah. Okay. But you probably don't know what I'm talking about. But we'll have a post.
Probably not. I would love to know what this unpredictable things. I thought the film was actually pretty predictable.
So we have to do a spoiler-free discussion now. But as soon as the cameras get off, we're gonna go deep into spoilers. But no. Overall, I think it was a fine film. It's not up there with Pixar's best, but it's not down there with their worst. It just has a few pacing issues at the front. But the end is highly enjoyable, and the characters are very, very, very lovable. So I would say it's a fine, watchable film, enjoyable film.
Yeah,
it's not as good as the first one. Let's get that out of the way. It's not as good as Finding Nemo.
It's not as good as Finding Nemo. But I find myself sort of, everyone's gonna hate me for this. I sort of was extremely let down by the sequel. As much as it hates me to say this, because I really wanted to like this movie, but I'm very mixed on this movie. The same feeling I had with The Good Dinosaur.
Okay.
The new characters. There was about 2 that I sort of really liked. I did like Destiny, even though she didn't really have much else to do really. But I did like her disability, and she's trying to work with that, and some of the jokes that were good. And I liked Hank.
Yeah.
But there's more that could have happened with that character.
That's a good point. Yeah, they could have done a little bit more, especially towards the end, I think.
Yeah,
He had nearly they all had their arcs, which I thought was very good. Like this, the difference between that and the Good Dinosaur. The Good Dinosaur, it was just plot. There was not much character in that. So at least they had a lot of characterization, even with the secondary characters in this. So I would say it's better than it's better than the Good Dinosaur at least. But I mean that's not much high praise.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, so I can't talk about why Hank sort of let me down a little bit. That'll go in spoil territory.
I love
But
stuff.
yeah, some of the other
Spoiler film, spoiler film video.
maybe, but yeah, some of the other characters like the seals, they just sort of felt like more like the annoying. I don't know. To me the seals were like they're what we have with the birds in the first movie.
Yeah, there was.
It didn't really work that well.
Yeah, I agree. There's a little bit of been there, done that.
Yeah.
About the movie, like a lot of it, they take a lot of pages out of Finding Nemo just to be able to make it feel familiar. I think, but it's kind of they tried to balance familiarity, what people love about Nemo, with something new to make it not feel rehashed, and sometimes they get mixed up. But I don't think that was a big negative against the film to me, because I thought that actually they balanced it quite well. But
okay, well, the seal thing came towards me more mean-spirited than the birds ever did, and especially towards a character. The other seal character just felt too cartoony, and it reminded me of the dinosaur in the Good Dinosaur with all the birds and the stuff. It just reminded me of that. They're just sort of.
My favorite character in Pixar movies. What are you talking about?
And Becky didn't do much for me either. Becky, without spoiling the film, at some parts, Becky was plot convenience. It made no sense, but somehow she was there, and I'm just wait, what?
Okay, so for people who haven't seen the film, basically it's about Dory trying to find her family at the Marine Life Sea Institute or something in California.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, nearly all of the film takes place there, but that's not really a spoiler because they get there quite early. And So and there's a few characters they met along the way. Becky is a really odd-looking bird that's a little bit crazy, and so. And like with the seal character who just wants to sit on this rock, and the other two seals won't let him. They're both a little bit odd, a little bit freakish, so they're for comic relief. They're only for comic relief.
Yeah, no, but I'm just like remembering Finding Nemo, and there was no characters like that in the movie. They all were very well realized and
yeah, that's true.
And I guess they just didn't work when I think about Finding Nemo. It just didn't really they fit in that universe that they're already established. I guess. Maybe I shouldn't have watched Finding Nemo the night before, but I did, and I had Finding Nemo on my head.
I should have, because I didn't. But
yeah, the Marine Institute is a good one because the majority of the movie is taking place in this small location compared to the first movie's grand adventure of all, the whole ocean.
Yeah.
And it just felt really small scale. It didn't really feel like...
It does feel quite small scale.
Yeah. It was all confined in this one location.
They couldn't have done just another crossing the ocean thing. That's just...
Well, I would have liked
crossing...
Yeah, I know, but I would like to crossing a little bit more of the ocean, get some more of the characters, and then work towards the institute. It just felt like when this is not a spoiler. This is really at the start. This is like right at the start of the film where Dory is remembering her parents and she wants to find them, and Marlon's like, okay, fine, we'll do this after arguing with her, and 5 minutes like we completely go past all the their ocean adventures just to go with Crush. And that's about it.
Exactly, but that's really odd considering how it took them the whole movie to get to Sydney in the first one, which is what
I guess
1,000
it's
kilometers, whatever.
I guess it's only a 5 minute swim to California where they are. Maybe I
Yeah,
don't know.
that's the other side of that's like halfway around the world. For reference, if you're going to criticize this movie on geography, the amount of time it would take them to get from Great Barrier Reef to California is like, I'm pretty sure 17 fishes' lifetimes. That's an official fact. That's a Nick fact. That's 17 clownfish lifetimes to swim from from the coast of Australia to the coast of America. You're not gonna do that quickly. That is a long way. That is a long way. Longer than you think, even. That's a really long way. Try flying that.
That's how long the one needs to be.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
But even though it seems like I'm negative on it, they, like The Good Dinosaur, they do try to have the heart there in the film with Dory and her parents. But I didn't get that same emotional feeling at the end of the first movie when Marlin finally rescues Nemo, and then he sees that Nemo can do anything he's capable of. Really, I didn't have that same feeling as this movie did. So
yeah, well, I thought it was fine. I thought it was fine. I just wish it was a little bit better, but it could have been a lot worse. One more thing I will add before we move on, or before I finish with my take, is Pixar does not need to make people cry to make it a good movie. Just because some of their best movies make people cry doesn't mean every single movie has to make people cry in order for it to be a good Pixar movie. So I feel like, just as with The Good Dinosaur, this one tries to make it cry a little too hard. And maybe it works for some people, but it's so obviously trying sometimes that it's just like, why? I mean, just stop. Just let the narrative take its own course. Stop trying to make people stop trying to manipulate emotions. Inside Out, it worked. It was about emotions. It worked, but they don't need to, basically hold up a big sign saying "cry" at any moment.
Inside Out's a good example because I wasn't expecting to get really emotional, and it's just happened. It just comes out that ending is just so well done that you actually feel for the character that we eventually lose. Not going to say names for spoilers reasons, but
it's amazing how they do that. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Even with The Good Dinosaur, I did like that scene with Spot and Arlo, and even that, there wasn't anything in this movie for me, really. I don't know. There was one scene, I think I tried to explain in my review, which will be up very shortly, but that would be very spoiler. That will lead to spoilers. But yeah, there was one scene where I'm like, oh my god, this actually is sort of getting to me, but they just leave it and never touch upon that ever again. So that was a bit disappointing. But well, we've talked Finding Dory for nearly 15 minutes. I think we should move on.
Well, anyway, we had a lot to say.
The news, yes.
Yeah, let's talk about the news.
But yeah, bottom line, if you're a Finding Nemo fan, go see Finding Dory and make it.
I think you'll enjoy it if you're a Finding Nemo fan. But if you're, an avid lover of Pixar's bests, maybe you'll be disappointed.
Yeah, I think we'll at least say that you either love it, like it, or you might be mixed. I don't think anyone's really hating on this movie yet. So, yeah. Moana, the trailer came out about a week and a half ago. People sort of know my feelings since I made a whole video about that. So, Nick, what are your feelings towards the trailer?
I don't know. I thought it was quite good. It's just another teaser, really, but it was so pretty.
Yeah, it was. It was a better teaser than the recent ones like Frozen and Zootopia.
Yeah, it was. That's true.
This actually gives you.
The one was ridiculous.
Yeah,
the Frozen one, but yeah. This
actually gives you sort of a sense what the movie is going to be about and what's the style towards it and all that.
Yeah.
There's not much you can say about it really, except for I guess the song they play in the trailer. But I think the most
The
you talk
animation
about
style at the beginning, I hope they revisit. I
what
hope they use that in the actual movie.
yeah,
The one
it's
in
like a
the
it's like a
tattoos.
yeah, I hope so too, like an ancient backstory or something like that. I just recently
Yeah.
rewatched Ice Age, and they had like painted drawings, and then they actually came to life with traditional animation. So I hope they take a note out of Ice Age and that to use
Wow,
it.
that's not something you see every day. That's not something you hear every day.
The
Or you get
first
to
Ice
say.
Age, the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the Kung Fu Panda movies also do that too, to their advantage, using the backstories of traditional animation. So, yeah, I hope they use it for that effect. But I guess the main we can talk about is basically, do we like Maui? Because that was the one that really got introduced in the season. What do we think about Dwayne Johnson's character?
Wow, going off a few seconds of footage. Yeah,
He's
he
got
seems
lots
like
of
a classy
tattoos.
guy. I don't know.
He's got tattoos. That's
He
all I can
has
say.
tattoos.
He can turn into a hawk or something. That surprised me when I was
Oh,
watching the trailer for the first time. I was like,
that's cool.
what?
You know a lot about him for a few seconds. A lot about him. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's good. It's the teaser. I think it's going to be a good movie. I've always thought that before the teaser, so
yeah, I'm really hoping it's a good movie as well.
so I think so too. It'll be interesting to hear the songs once the movie comes out, because it didn't really give you the sense that it was a musical, really.
No.
They never do in the trailers.
Well, at least this one had songs. The Frozen one never had any
That's
songs
true.
at all. And I don't think the Tangled ones had the songs either.
Yeah.
So at least they're playing a song for the movie. So that's good. Our next news is Helen Mirren is going to star in Fast and Furious 8. We don't know what her role is, but she's going to be featured in the movie along with Charlize Theron and the rest of the Fast and Furious crew. I don't know. I have a feeling that she might play what I'm forgetting his name again. Who was the guy in the last movie? He was in Sky High. Is it?
Kurt
Russell.
What movie was that? Oh, Seven.
I forgot Kurt Russell. That's the one I'm thinking of. Maybe she might play. Maybe she might play that role. He played like sort of like a government type role. Maybe she'll play sort of that. I don't know if she'll get into the action. It might be cool. Let's see.
She will. She's good at action. She's badass.
Really? I don't think
sure
she's done
she will, actually. Yeah.
But what do you think?
Oh, yeah. I'm so excited for Fast and Furious 8 after the wonderful masterpiece that was Fast and Furious 7.
Yeah,
anyway,
7 was a bit of a letdown.
Yeah. In all honesty, though, 8, without the whole drama behind the scenes and the whole Paul Walker issue, 8 might actually have a coherent story. So I think maybe that this might be a better Fast and Furious film, and if it is, and having Helen Mirren on board is the right step to taking it seriously. Taking Fast and Furious seriously, as if they're ever going to do that, but we can pretend they will.
I don't know. Didn't Vin Diesel last year said that Fast and Furious 7 was a Best Picture contender last year? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that sounds like something he would say. Yeah. I don't know why it didn't win Best Picture. I have no idea.
At least she got Best Song.
Yeah. It's interesting. Yeah, no, it's interesting that Helen Mirren's been cast in that. But I think she fits into that kind of universe quite well. I don't know if you agree with me, but that's what I think.
I don't know.
Wasn't she in that movie Red? She was in that movie Red, right?
She might have been. I guess.
Sure
I don't know. I haven't seen them.
So she drove fast cars in that, so it's just the same thing, but with Vin Diesel.
Okay, well, she might be Vin Diesel's mum.
Oh, maybe. Heard it here first, everybody. Vin Diesel's mum.
We've just broke the story. Moving on, Bryan Cranston is going to play Zordon in the Power Rangers reboot. I know you have no interest whatsoever. I always say that.
I didn't know this.
I'm hyped.
They're taking this movie real serious now. Suddenly, this went up about 11 levels of seriousness. Well,
Yeah.
I'm so glad that Heisenberg's enjoying a good post-life career. Yeah, post Breaking Bad career, post Godzilla.
I think I like this. Bryan Cranston is a good actor if he's in the right role. Sometimes he isn't, like Rock of Ages. But if he's in the right role, he'll be good. And it's also cool because
he's good in everything, though. Really.
Pretty much, yeah.
He's gonna be I can predict my reviews of Power Rangers right now. It's a fun movie, but Bryan Cranston elevates this to a masterpiece. Best Picture Contender 2017.
It's like Godzilla. Movie is okay, but he's like the big star in the movie. He's the standout. But I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, yeah, Bryan Cranston. This is sort of cool because he actually voiced a couple of the villain roles in the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers series when he was starting his career. So it's come full circle now. So this is it's sort of cool if you knew that as a fan.
I didn't know that. That's really cool. That's cool. It's fitting.
And I'm Bryan Cranston and Elizabeth Banks. I'm really excited for this movie. Cannot wait. 2017 cannot come fast enough. This is my most anticipated movie of next year. Can't wait.
It's my it's on my list somewhere. Yeah, it's on my list somewhere.
Hopefully it's in the top 50 at least.
I can't wait to make that list.
Moving on, Universal announces Wicked for Christmas 2019.
This was kind of inevitable, wasn't it? This was always going to happen eventually.
Yeah, the musical was going to happen. It was going to be turned into a film.
Yeah.
Although you probably would question it. It's been since, I think, 2004, and it's been going ever since. You'd think this would have happened sooner rather than later.
Yeah. It does seem. It seems a little bit late, actually. Like the popularity of Wicked was at its peak, like what, 5 years ago, maybe.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not too bad. It could be like Les Mis. A lot of people have seen it, so then for box office, it might do extremely well, like Les Mis did. So yeah, Les Mis, more people have seen it.
Yeah, but Les Mis is something very cultural, like very. I mean, Wicked's more recent. Wicked's more, it's set in the world of Wizard of Oz. I haven't actually seen it myself. That's right, yeah. It's like I'm not really familiar with it.
Yeah, I think it sort of takes like an alternate. It's like an alternate version of Wizard of Oz. I think it takes place more with is it Glinda, the White Witch, and the Good Witch, and I can't remember the evil witch's name. It's completely gone. But yeah, I think it takes place between the two witches instead. So I don't think Dorothy's in it. Not that I know as much as I know of, but yeah, I haven't seen it, but I heard it's good though.
Yeah. Of course, I've heard it's good too. But yeah, no, like I think it's hard to compare it to Les Miserables because that's been a play for decades, and it's based on a culturally impactful mega novel like thing that's huge and like War and Peace, and it's so that's why it obviously gained popularity decades ago when that kind of thing was popular, and Wicked's that kind of thing that's popular today, so it's probably going to be a little different kind of audience, but it's still very much in the memories of everybody and minds of everybody. And I'm sure if it did another run in Sydney, it would get lots and lots of tickets. So I'm sure the movie will be successful too. So I think it's a no-brainer. Maybe it should have done it a couple of years ago.
I'm shocked Disney didn't take this, to be honest.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Is it really dark or something? But because they took Into the Woods, and apparently there's some dark elements in Into the Woods that it's sort of weird seeing in a Disney movie. But apparently they really toned that source material down, from what I've heard. Oh. So is Wicked sort of like that?
You saw that movie?
Yeah, I saw Into the Woods.
Yeah.
I'm just sort of surprised Disney didn't do it.
Yeah. I don't know, but I wouldn't be surprised that Disney watered it down. So it's probably a good thing that Disney doesn't have Wicked, because if Disney had Wicked, they would probably water it down.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe it's a good idea for Universal to have it.
Yeah.
Paul Feig, he's got the Ghostbusters reboot next month, and
that movie that nobody's talking about at all.
we'll see how that
no,
movie
sorry, I was
turns out.
thinking of another movie. This one's the one that's got like more dislikes on YouTube than anybody thought possible.
More than probably Sony thought. But apparently he's in development on both the Heat 2 and Spy 2. Two Melissa McCarthy action comedy
he's
films.
just a big Melissa McCarthy fan, isn't he? He just wants to keep making Melissa McCarthy movies for the rest of his life.
I know. He's done nothing but Melissa McCarthy movies he's directed so far.
No, I know.
Let's continue that.
Yeah.
But I'm not against that. They're some of my favorite comedy films of just the past decade. Bridesmaids, Heat, and Spy are great comedies.
I haven't even seen them. I haven't seen hardly any Melissa McCarthy movies. I haven't seen Bridesmaids.
You should, Nick. It's a good movie.
No, I know. I haven't seen like anything that she's in. Wow. So I'm not one of the haters on the YouTube on the trailer for Ghostbusters, but yeah, I'm not a fan either. So I'm not a fan of Ghostbusters though. So it's like I don't really mind. So yeah, I out of those movies, I think Spy interests me more. I really want to see the Heat. I've been wanting the Heat 2 ever since I saw the first movie. I love that movie. Oh, okay. I didn't know it was that good. Okay, I might have to pick that one up at some point. Yeah. Anyway, no, it's not really surprising news, to be honest.
Yeah, I sort of thought they were going to do these two movies anyway. Just the amount of money they made anyway. So, yeah, I don't know if Paul Feig's going to be on both of these movies. They do seem sort of similar in a way. So I guess we'll see if any of these two films actually do come into fruition after Ghostbusters. So we'll see. Next one, Nick, do you want a Shrek 5? Do you want to go beyond Forever After?
This thing, yeah, I kind of heard this one. Yeah,
because DreamWorks Animation does.
Of course they do. They want money. Hey, if Pixar can do Toy Story 4, they can do Shrek 5, okay?
Yeah,
leave them alone.
Yeah, I know, but like at least with Toy Story 3, they didn't market it that this is the last Toy Story movie. Shrek, they did do that with Forever After. They said this is the final chapter, the Shrek quadrilogy or whatever they call it now.
They probably said that about the third X-Men movie too. And then they did a whole alternate timeline. They can do that again. Shrek.
After reboot. Don't get me started with reboot. I don't know where to take Shrek. Like, I think Shrek should just stay where he is. Like, 1 and 2 are good family movies. I really like both of them so much. Third movie, that is one of the worst animated movies I've ever seen. And the fourth one was average, and it sort of concluded in a happily ever after sort of way. So I don't know where else you can take Shrek. They sort of seem like they've been running out of these ideas for the past two movies. I don't know where you can take it, because Shrek Forever After is basically going back to the first Shrek, sort of in a way, back to where he's just an ogre by himself. So I don't know where else you can take Shrek.
I don't know. I haven't even seen the fourth one. So, like, sorry, I've had a scenery change. Okay, no. Hey, where were we? Shrek.
Shrek.
Yes. Yeah, I haven't seen the fourth one, so I don't know what they did in that one. So I'm not sure what they could. I'm a really bad film talker today, because I don't know I haven't seen all these movies we're talking about. I haven't seen Wicked. I haven't seen The Heat. I haven't seen Spy. I haven't seen Shrek 4. Like, I don't know how I can talk about sequels when I haven't seen the ones before them. But yeah, no, I'm. What? So they've all kind of had this theme of Shrek growing up, and then becoming king. He meets the parents, all that kind of stuff. So the fifth one, if they were to continue with the continuity, So he's done the kids, right? He's done the kids. He's
got kids.
So what about old man Shrek? Like when he's an old man, and now
I
his
hope
kids
so.
are grown up.
That was my April 1st joke from like what 3 years ago.
Oh. Yeah, imagine if you predict that. It was like everything in that movie actually happens. And you're like, DreamWorks, like you could claim copyright on it. You could sue. You could sue. Someone read your post. That's what that means.
I want story credit. Yeah, I don't know where you can take Shrek. It just seems like, yeah, I don't know where you can take it. It's just like what I feel about Toy Story 2. It's like, where else can you take it after your own are grown up? There's not much else to do really, and I feel like I don't want them to go. I guess both of these down. I guess Shrek has sort of gone down this route with Shrek the Third, that just pumping out movies just for the sake of pumping out movies, like the Ice Age movies, because Ice Age 3 and 4 are not good movies at all compared to the first two films.
Even Ice Age 2 is not that great.
Ice Age 2 is not that great. I actually just finished watching it this morning after so many years, and it's got some heart to it, but it definitely
better than 4.
Oh yeah, definitely better than 4 and 3. I hate those movies.
Yeah, I think they progressively get worse, but 4 is definitely the worst.
They do, and Ice Age 5 doesn't look any better.
Ice Age 5, rock bottom.
I can't wait to see that.
Below rock bottom.
But yeah, I don't know what you can do with Shrek, but I guess I don't know if it's going to happen or not, because they're going to be under new ownership now with Universal, so I guess that unless that's what Universal really wants, is to have another Shrek movie, because I guess money reasons, money talks.
It's the whole fears of Disney buying Pixar all over again, but for DreamWorks, that we don't care as much because it's not Pixar. Please don't ruin How to Train Your Dragon. Thank you. That's all I care about.
And we've got a question here that I really want to put on the show. The Mia Phoenix gave us a question 2 weeks ago. He said that since no film is safe from Hollywood, what would be the worst possible reboot of a classic film? And we sort of touched upon that 2 weeks ago with Back to the Future with your fabulous ideas,
doesn't it?
What classic Hollywood movie do you think is
other than Back
like
to the Future?
the worst remake or reboot possible you can think of? Back to the Future is definitely one of them.
They're doing a sequel to Blade Runner. They're remaking Ben-Hur. It's like,
oh yeah, Ben-Hur. I forgot about the movie. Yeah,
nothing is sacred. They've done a sequel to The Wizard of Oz.
I feel like Jaws is coming very soon. Surely Universal's developing a Jaws reboot soon. Surely that's the next thing.
I know that Jurassic Park's not technically that old, but if they actually decide to reboot that universe instead of just keep making sequels to it, that would be very bad. Like, I can't imagine them doing Jurassic Park reboot.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think in terms of popular movies, I think that Back to the Future, I just feel like that's the one you can't touch.
Well, literally, Universal can't touch that anyway because of the creators. So they get the final say. So and they don't want that to happen. So I'm glad for that. Yeah, for now.
In 100 years.
Yeah, who knows in 100 years' time? But E.T. I don't know. I'm just thinking of Steven Spielberg movies.
We're just naming. Were there other movies back then, or just Steven Spielberg movies?
Well, Star Wars is still going on. You can't reboot that.
Yeah, but they're not going to reboot that ever.
For me, Harry Potter.
Harry Potter's still too recent.
Yeah, I know. But for me, that's sort of like the classic now. Sort of, it's like 15 years. I do not do any more Harry Potter movies. Don't remake it. Just keep doing spin-offs. I'd be happy with that. What else?
In my opinion, the oldest classic is The Wizard of Oz. So
surprised I haven't got a remake for that actually.
Yeah, well they've done the sequels, but if again, like Jurassic Park, if they actually want to remake the original, which I wouldn't put beyond them, like Jurassic Park, I still think it's too recent to be like, we're going to reboot Jurassic Park. Famous last words, but The Wizard of Oz is that old now that they might be like, oh look, we're going to use modern CGI to make The Wizard of Oz like it was originally intended.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if that doesn't happen in 20 years' time because it'll be going to public domain very soon, isn't it? Next couple of years. surely that's
Oh,
going
I'm
to be
sure.
in the public domain soon. So they can.
Well,
They
you
can
got to
do that.
remember that. You got to remember though. I'm pretty sure it probably is already public domain because it's based on
Oh, wow.
stories. It's not. It's not
Oh yeah, but
actually
if they really want like to actually remake the original movie,
the
I'm
original
pretty
film.
sure
Yeah, that's interesting. I wonder how that works for
that's
public
coming
domain
soon.
with
Yeah, I don't
movies.
know. I don't think we've really
Movies
entered that
based
phase
on,
yet, have we?
Yeah.
That'd
No,
be
no,
interesting.
movies still too new. Wow, a couple of saying that. Okay.
Yeah, The Wizard of Oz, I think definitely is probably going to
Yeah,
get a
that's a
reboot.
big. But they should not. They should not. Stay away, Hollywood. It's a classic.
I don't think it's a perfect film, but it always makes me. It's always a fun watch, actually. Wizard of Oz surprised me.
Yeah.
I don't know what other movies are there. I'm not quite sure. I don't know.
I think that pretty much covers it.
I'm just looking at my movie collection.
There's all
Home
the
Alone.
old.
Do we need a Home Alone
Yeah.
reboot?
That actually, like, I wouldn't put that beyond them, but it's not the type of classic that I'd be like, no, don't touch. I'd be like if they can do Ghostbusters, they can do Home Alone.
I know people probably don't really care, but some '90s kid would be like, do not touch it. This is like my childhood movie. Don't.
Yeah, that's true.
Remake
That's true.
it.
Don't remake Home Alone 2. That thing is that's a treasure. Home Alone 2.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else really.
No, but that I think we pretty much covered it. There's a lot of classic old movies that probably wouldn't could use a reboot because, I mean, actually that's not really okay. I take that back. On the one hand, let's say this. On the one hand, there's a lot of old movies nobody can remember anymore that if they were remade would become known to a wider audience and wider attention. But on the other hand, it's preferable to introduce audiences to the old movies, but you're never going to get that, like the black and white stuff. It's never going to gain popularity again, so maybe they could go there.
I just thought of a movie that people probably hate. What about The Godfather?
Oh my god. Yeah, no, don't touch that one. I haven't even seen it, but I know don't touch that one. Yeah.
Okay, well, I think that does our show for this week. Tune in. I don't know when we're going to do this again in the next fortnight. Maybe a Saturday. We seem like Saturday.
Yeah, it's probably going to be a Saturday.
Awesome. We've got some sort of schedule now. So thank you for tuning in. If you want, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and if you want to see our reviews, they're on our Facebook page at facebook.com/everythingfilm. I've put some reviews out lately, like The Conjuring 2, and Now You See Me 2 is coming up tonight, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 is coming up tomorrow. So those for the next future reviews for me.
You've been busy. I like it.
Yeah, so many movies. So yeah, thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. So until next time,
All right.
bye
Until
for now.
next time.